Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Best of ECL Highlights series. Just 6 days to go until the LAN. Today, we have a pretty good game where, this came at a pretty good time in the series, I think. So far, we've seen some very successful slings to Jordan, to the Max that we saw yesterday, and it's worked out quite well so far. So here's another Best of ECL where that's not necessarily the case. It's a pretty good game casted by T90 and Barbecue Turkman, who has a proper mic this time. But before we start, I've said this before, but with the AoE 3 LAN and the ECL out the way, we're shifting gears, so to speak, with our YouTube's we want to start uploading, only the very best game stuff YouTube can really get behind and recommend, and start moving away from those massive 3-hour VODs and such. But they will still be linked in the description if that's, how you want to watch, and also, of course, on Twitch as well. You can catch the entire series. But subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, that's basically what I'm saying, and enjoy the video.
All right, guys, welcome to game number 3 between Aftermath and Finland. Game 1 and Game 2 were exceptional games, and Game 3 will be no different. We do have another substitution and some color changes here, so I'm going to start with Aftermath and introduce them. Then I'm going to pass it along to my co-caster, Barbecue Turkman, to do the rest. We have Hart in the teal. He's the flank, playing as the Huns. The pocket in the blue is Indians for Nikov. And then the green, we have Byzantines? Yeah, we have Byzantines for Leary, which is an interesting pick.
Awesome. And for Finland, we have the Max in the purple playing as the Indians, which was quite expected, I would say. In the yellow, we have Rubenstock playing as the Saracens. And last but not least, Valise in the orange playing as the Huns. I think you got this team pretty much bang on correct with the Civ picks.
Yeah. I am going to bet my house that we see slingage involving Indians. Okay, I'm betting my entire house to all of you. And if I end up getting it wrong, then all of the viewers here get bits and pieces of the house. So you might just get like half a square foot or something. I don't know how that...
No, you got like a really nice lamp I can have.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is I don't have a house. So if they end up not slinging, then I can just be like, haha, tricked you. But don't worry, we're going to see it. We're going to see it.
Hedge the bets.
And if we're going to see a sling, this becomes very interesting, because the Indian players are in different locations. Nikov's pocket, so he's at the center of his team, which means he can easily range anyone on the enemy team, easily help any of his allies. And then you have the Max, and the Max is flank, so he's far away from Belize on the other side. He's far away from Hart on the other side. And that right there could be the difference. That means that I would say Finland's at a slight disadvantage, just simply because of their positions.
Yes.
Nikov lost 1 vill. I was just about to touch on that. Did he lose 2 villagers? Oh, he lost 2 villagers. Wow. So all the Finland's players showed up there. There's one next to the mill, and there's one to the north of the mill.
All right, cool. To the north of the mill. Cool. Yeah, that was the one I was missing. Awesome.
She's protecting her husband's carcass so they could take it to the funeral procession later. But
Rip.
Rip. F's in the chat. That was excellent start for Finland then. To kill 2 enemy villagers like that. They obviously communicated. Yeah.
This is brutal. I think they know as well at this point as well. Nikov's been playing amazing. He has been like a standout from the entire tournament. And if they kind of get in on him and do the damage now, especially the fact he's playing Indians as well, it's going to delay a little bit of what he's going to be able to accomplish, I guess.
Yep. All right, my friends. Well, Rubenstock. Rubenstock is a great player. I should point out that he's been subbed in here. He is a great deathmatch player. He's a great player when it comes down to late game strategies. This is very much not late game, right? It's very open. Let's see what time he clicks up. There's been differences in the sling, Turkman. We've had teams that would make scouts and then sling. We've had teams that would straight up sling. And every single time, the team that would go for the straight up sling would win. So eyes on him, eyes on, I don't know, maybe Hart or Leary. I'm not sure who will do what. If the sling is coming in, we'll have to know the timings of it, so it puts some pressure on us as a caster to watch for it.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out and see kind of what I can see there. Who have you got selected, viewpoint, or are you changing between?
I change constantly, yeah. So, by the way, I'm not sure if you're aware of this. If you hold shift and click a unit or a building for a player, it changes to that player's point of view.
Nice.
So I think I've
I
heard
did not
your...
know that. This is going to be beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, I think I've heard you hitting the plus and the minus key on the keyboard to switch player point
That's
of
me.
views, but yeah, that's in the past, man. Because of user patch, we have that other feature which can really help us.
Beautiful. It's
And
beautiful.
and to the people who are watching me cast as well, you have to be mindful of that because I'm constantly changing positions just by clicking units, and that will of course show on the bottom left there.
Easy as. All right, let's have a look at the map and see what everyone's up to. It looks like everyone has moved out into the kind of center of the map there. We are seeing some militia being built for Heart, so he is going to go for a little bit of a drush here. Kind of push out across that one. Wouldn't be surprised to see Man-at-Arms from him at the moment, especially considering the fact he's on gold already.
Yep.
Leary, he's got a barracks up towards the center there as well. Not sure exactly if he's going to kind of do too much with it, but moving forward with 2 villages as well. Nikov, again, barracks is up, looking like he's going to try and attempt something here. But looking over to the opponents at the moment, it looks like we're only seeing 1 barracks really up, and the second one only getting thrown up now by Valise.
I don't think we're seeing a Sling from Aftermath. I think Leary will go forward with spears. He'll build 2 ranges and go trash. Okay, there's the first range. And Max is probably going to receive Sling from Rubenstock, who's building the market, and he is. So, different strategy. Again, Aftermath, they won game 1 with Sling. There's been a lot of Sling on this. They're not slinging, while Finland is slinging Max. Max is receiving resources. He'll make a few scouts, and he will be up to Castle Age before you know it. But I guess this strategy choice from AM revolves around expecting the Sling, and Leary will just go for full trash. He'll go with Byzantine spears, Byzantine skirms, and hope that he can keep Max back. But I don't know, man. We've seen the person being slung lose 5, 6, 7 villagers in the past, and they still end up coming back, right? So they're gonna have to do an awful lot of damage here.
Absolutely, and that's kind of the thing we were talking about before as well. We're looking for someone that's going to have a solution to this problem, which is the Indians get slung, and then from there, you just can't deal with them.
Yep.
Whether or not this is going to be the solution, we don't know, but you need to get in there, man. We need more damage. But the max, 13-minute castle time.
It's so ridiculous.
What is this madness?
It's so
What
ridiculous.
is this madness?
But for now, AM have done a great job, and on the other side, we haven't talked about it much. Hart with his Man-at-Arms has forced Valise into a tower. He's now going to build his own tower, and so he's getting some forward pressure. Valise would just be massing archers, and it's very important to keep an eye on Hart and to keep an eye on Valise, as they'll probably be making archers long term. But back to Max's base, Turkman. He will be in Castle Age. He has honestly done okay here. He maybe lost 1. Yeah, he's lost 1, maybe 2 vills. But loses another one. The question, we just don't know yet. Is this enough damage for Aftermath? Is this enough damage? Because Max is going to really turn on the speed here and the strength with his camels.
Oh, absolutely. And the fact he's getting the Sling behind this as well means even if his villagers are getting harassed a little bit, he's not going to be, too worried about it. That's probably the big thing here. Obviously, it doesn't help, but it's not like he's dead in the water.
Look at this Vill. He's trying to drop off that food. Ouch. That hurt. I think Leary, and I really appreciate the dead in the water unintentional pun because we're talking about ponds. but Leary has denied some of the pawns from Max, and that's a big reason Indians are strong on this, because they can use the pawns. And now Nikov and now Leary, they're over to Rubenstock, and Rubenstock has 5 villagers here, which are kind of trapped as well. So they've done a good job to get that map control, but Max, you see the purple on the map now. He's using his scouts. He'll be using his camels. He can make a lot of these things, and he could actually clean all of this up and keep Rubenstock's vills alive.
There you go. It's totally possible. We do have a market getting thrown up by Hart now, so he might be kind of transitioning to Sling here.
I think they
Not
need
sure
to.
exactly, but I think exactly the same thing. We need to get Nikov into the fight here. We need to get him up into Castle Age, get basically the composition out to be able to deal with this.
Might not be a
Because
full-on
obviously
Sling.
the max in power.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll see Hart send his food to Nikov, because Nikov might be missing, or might be wanting food. Aftermath just killed 5 vills from Rubenstock. Rubenstock has no way to defend himself, except with a few walls. So that's a great start for Aftermath. Just always that fear that Max is going to get the ball rolling, and they won't be able to stop him. So they either need to do more, or they need to get Nikov to Castle Age. Unfortunately, Nikov is on the way up now.
Yeah, it's perfect. He has a lot of, or had a lot of food in the bank before he did that, so he's not feeling too bad about this one now, which is nice. Looks like though that I'm worried about, Max is going to have probably the run of the game for about the next 2 minutes here.
Yep.
So seeing if he can do some damage, kind of make this time worth it, then he'll be in a good spot. Otherwise, AM's strategy choices just been awesome. It's really worked out for them if they can hold it off.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know who's going to win this game yet, obviously, but I will say that AM have done a great job considering how dominant the Sling can be. But, oh, the Croc's going to get a kill! The Croc is going to get a kill! That's hilarious! Oh, Nikov loses a villager to the crocodile. Well, I'm known for my T90 Woo emote, and I see that out there. There's no croc emote out there, but I don't know what noises crocodiles make, so I won't say woo woo woo, but that's always funny to see. But anyway, Veliz and Lyria are kind of fighting here, and I think Nikov has obviously taken some losses and fallen behind, and meanwhile Max is just all over the place, bro. He's all over the place.
I think it's exactly what we're expecting to. The earlier that Sling comes in, the more, well, I guess the quicker you get into kind of this dominant position.
Oh,
and Nikov's
God.
still not even at Castle Age.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. I just got
You're
freaked
right.
out because that gate opens. Hart opened his gate, but there's only 2 camels there anyway. Hart will be in Castle Age, so again, this is the difference. They'll have 2 people in Castle Age Aftermath. Nikov has done a good job considering he wasn't receiving any Sling, but he's kind of being overrun now by the Max. And the Max's Vil count is just getting higher and higher and higher now. He has TCs and everything. And I fear that Max will be in such a strong position that it'll be tough for AM to come back. Maybe Hart with his big ball of archers can do something for his team.
Fingers crossed, man, 'cause I don't want to see this just turn into another run over. I want to see this turn into a messy brutality of a match. And look, it's definitely possible. We've got Nikov on the double stable now. He's got his camels out in play. He's got some extra armor going on. Like, he's got stuff he needs to kind of make this happen now. And hopefully he can get in there, hold out in the Max, push him back a little bit. And then we're going to kind of see this duked out like we want to.
The more that I look at this, the more that this is maybe possible for AM. Byzantines was a pick. I think it's the first time we've seen Byzantines picked on this map by these teams.
Yeah.
And it's a pick that has really worked out. Like, look at this. Leary's even killing the goats from Max. But he has so many spearmen, so many feudal age spearmen, that he's been able to really pressure and no one can address him, right? So I believe now Leary will soon click up to Castle Age. If he could just make spears on spears and spears, maybe with the pointy boys, he'll be able to keep Max back. Here comes Hart, and here comes Nikov. They're going right towards Veliz, and they could go right towards Rubenstock. This means Max is needed more now than ever.
Absolutely, and the Max really can't find somewhere to kind of get in now, because the amount of trash in play from
It's
Leary.
crazy.
Like, even if you look back to his pawns, there's so many spears there, he can't take an engagement.
Yeah. I think for the first time we might see Indians make something other than camels just to deal with those pikemen. And Lees took a few losses here. He's only halfway to castle now. He's going to lose more villagers if Hart reacts. Yeah, Hart should have killed those vills. That's a bit of a mistake, but he'll get one.
This is beautiful. I'm loving seeing this play out a little bit differently right now.
Yeah.
Especially considering Veliz, Rubenstock, both stuck in feudal. Obviously, we have MBL up in the castle. They're really going to kind of be able to make a little bit of a difference. He does have the unit composition change here that we need as well. But here comes in the Max. Will he be able to clean this up? In comes Veliz as well. They've got the crossbows trapped.
Yeah, they also have the tower there. Interestingly enough, Max didn't have enough upgrades. He didn't have near as many upgrades as Nikov, but he didn't need them. He just had numbers. I wonder if Veliz should send his archers to the left. Is that where he's going now? Is he going to send archers to kill the pikes? Is that the play
I hope
here?
so.
It's,
If that was the play, it'd be phenomenal.
yeah, it's kind of risky because Leary could always go elite skirm too. But I'm thinking they need a big answer to Leary's trash because he has 52 military units. This guy's not messing around.
Absolutely. And the thing is as well, if he keeps these guys together, it means he can't just use the pikes basically just to clump in.
Yeah.
We have had the transition from Hart now into cavalry archers. Going to get a little bit of momentum behind this now. We'll be able to do some hit and run style attacks, which is kind of what we need, especially considering I don't think Veliz is even entirely walled yet.
I just wonder if it's been enough here. It seems like AM have found the secret ingredient to kill the Sling on this map. They did not sling
I'm
one
liking it.
single bit of resource, as far as I know. and they now have the lead. Big problem is that the Max has 70 vills, but they've kept Max back, they've kept Veliz back, and I think Leary, with Byzantines, could actually go up to the Imperial Age before you know it. He just needs a little bit of food and gold, and he could click up and then go Halberdiers, which would completely kill Max.
I like it. I like the idea behind it.
I do
and
too.
I really like exactly what can be done here. It's just about... that's the thing. I can see them getting there at the moment, too. The Max hasn't been able to... Like, I was getting worried there for a sec, but I've just thought about it, and the Max really hasn't been able to do anything throughout this entire game. Sure, he's been able to run in, get the hit and run attack here, but he hasn't been able to get into the economy. He hasn't been able to do the actual damage here.
I think that my normal thing I bring up when we're talking Byzantines versus Indians is that Indians in this situation have mobility. And Max has not been in positions to use his mobility. I don't know if that's because of he doesn't feel comfortable leaving or something, but he's never hit the base beyond the shorefish for Aftermath. And I think that if he was attacking Leary, let's say this was a 1v1, he could hit all the wood lines, hit the golds, and use his mobility. But Leary has kept this very compact, and he's made sure that anywhere that Max goes, he finds pikemen. And here come the Rams from Leary. He's going to start pushing.
Man, I hope he managed to get some kind of momentum there. Sadly, did just lose a whole bunch of pikemen over in the Max's base there. Set on stand ground to a couple of mango.
Oh, God.
That did just open up. Yeah, it was a massacre. But basically, that's opened up all the skirmishes to be taken out by the camels now. It's going to put a little bit of a dent in his army count. That said, though, it's Buyer's trash. It's fine. This is replaceable.
Yeah, it is replaceable. It's very cheap. I mean, I'm sure those skirmishers and pikemen aren't... If they were listening to the cast, they probably wouldn't be very happy to hear that we think they're replaceable and cheap. But that's the reality of war. Sorry, Pikes. Sorry, Skirms. And oh god, Max can take a huge fight here. Nikov is here as well. Man, this is a close game. I think Max is going to click up to Imp, man. I think Max is going to click up to Imp, and Leary, he's stalled out a little bit, hasn't he?
He has. He's really got caught by this one. The fact he lost all his momentum behind this, he doesn't have the units like he used to on the field at the moment. In fact, he's still got quite a low pop overall compared to pretty much everyone else on the game at the moment, apart from maybe Veliz and Nikov, just because Nikov's been losing a hell of a lot of units this entire game.
Yeah.
Not because... It was just because he's had to. He's had to take the engagements.
That engagement from Max, though, was awful. Why did he fight there? He fought pikemen when he could have waited for his opponent, his allies' crossbows. And he also fought camels and crossbows on this side. So I think this is AM's opportunity. They probably realize that Max has got to be nearing the Imperial Age. So they have to chew up his numbers. And here comes Hart, here comes Leary, here comes Nikov. They're all converging on the Max. The best player, in my opinion, on Finland's. And this is not something that Max can fight right now. This is not something that Veliz can fight right now. They just need to wait.
Exactly, and if they can get the momentum here, get the push behind it, I guess that's exactly what the battering rams are for here from Leary. Basically, the whole idea is they're going to have to fight here. Yep. And basically, it's poke, prod, chew those numbers down like you were saying, make sure the Imperial isn't going to matter too much. But Nikov, he's got food, he just got no gold to get up to Imperial himself.
Yeah, it's crazy just how it's been Max and Veliz and they're still alive in this game. It's crazy, it's all because of the Sling. Ruben Stock's just been sending resources, he's still in feudal. But I'll tell you what, the timing on this from Aftermath, insanely good. They're chewing up Max's camels at the appropriate time. They're killing the TC, they're killing villagers, and Max is sitting at 12 military. Upgrading 12 military is not going to be enough for them to win this game.
This is actually this is about as good as it could have gone as well. Yeah. And it looks like they're going to get maybe the other town setting here going to get denied as well behind this. The Pike's just working as such a good bulk to really kind of take up the damage and dish out so much damage to those camels. Here we go. They know they need to keep the pressure on here. The Max is Imperial.
That push was insane, and that could be the game-winning push. It has bought Hart time to now go up to the Imperial Age himself. Veliz is losing most of his crossbows. Max, he's getting heavy camel, but he only has 15 or 14 of them. And now Nikov is on the way to Imp, so Aftermath have had all this time. So much aggression, this is insanity. How have they done it?
With the cavalry archers as well now.
Oh
this is beautiful. God, this is exactly it. If they can hold it, till they get in two Imperial players, self-sustaining Imperial players. This is where it's at, guys.
And Leary will probably click up to the Imperial Age himself, so as Sling makes it a 2v3 for a while, but this could actually be a 3v1 in a moment. Aftermath having the 3, but let's not call it too early, right? Because this would now be the time for Max to utilize his upgrades. Insane Pierce Armor on these camels. Insane Pierce Armor. And that's a lot of them. And he's still receiving Sling. Let's see.
Heart, why'd you micro on top of them? Heart, get out of there.
Heart tries to back up, as he probably should. Leary's using his pikeman as he should as well. But I think that Heart and Nikov need to be very careful with their numbers. They need to make sure that their numbers stay alive. And this game really could not be closer, because I think Max has so much momentum now that he's going to have 30, 40, 50 camels soon.
I agree.
Wow.
I agree. I like the way Leary is basically sitting here as well, just acting as the bulk force, making sure the Max can't move out, but it means that both Nikov and Hart can keep their units safe for the moment while they need them. And it looks like trying to get a little bit of raiding happening, but honestly, I think the team walls are up now as well, so not going to really do too much help with that. But cavalry archers moving in, you've got a couple of camels moving in. But here we go. Nikov's about to hit Imperial, and this is what's going to matter. Heart's Imperial.
Oh, God. Heart's killing that whole wood line of Elise as well. This is definitely a do-or-die situation for Finland. Certainly a do-or-die situation. They need Max to kill somebody now, because Valise is behind Heart big time. Nikov is doing well for Aftermath. He has his heavy camel upgrade coming in, and Leary's been doing well.
The pond in the middle as well. Heart's on it again, just taking out every villager he can.
This has been a crazy performance from Hart. Really strong play from him. Strong KD, considering that they've been against the Sling, Nikov and Hart, and Lyria. Just the whole team has been solid. Where's Max gonna hit, man?
What?
He needs to hit somebody, like, now.
Just what's happening to Valise? He's fallen apart. Rubenstock can't really even contribute much at the moment as well. Like we were saying, we've got two players right now that are basically self-sustaining. Heavy Camel about to finish up for Nikov. He's got the upgrades he needs behind this as well. And Nikov's basically going to be able to start going head-to-head with the Max here. And then behind that as well, you're going to have Hart to back him up.
Yeah, and the reality is, this is not something that Max can fight, but he kind of needs to. Maybe
look at the
Imperial
numbers.
Camel will save him. You know, he's pulling back again. Maybe he's hoping he'll get a faster Imperial Camel, and that he could just brute force his way to victory. But it's
with
tough.
Imperial Camel, it's possible. It is possible. They are a beefy unit. The only thing I'm worried about is, like, the upgrades are obviously happening here for pretty much all of AM. Man, look at that swarm of camel. That is a lot of camels.
If there's any team that's still going to win this, man, it's Finland. I'm saying that as if I feel like they're really far behind, and they're still in this, but they are behind, and it's really just been Max. Valise, he's trying to help, but he's so far behind with only 6 military. But one thing Finland like to do in this situation is trade early. And Max is already starting with the trade. So perhaps if they trade early, they'll be good. Did I not see that Nikov had Imperial Camel on the way? Did that not show up?
Yep. That happened, and he's running off like 7 stables. He is just absolutely playing an amazing game here.
I didn't see it on the overlay, so that changes everything. Had I known, I would say that Aftermath are probably going to take this fight and win the fight. We have 50 military for Max, but 60 plus for Nikov. And that surely means that AM are going to take this now.
And there's Leary, Imperial as well.
Yep. Halberdier upgrade on the way. It is a party, man. Now that fight was actually really weird at the start for Nikov. But he has so many numbers coming in. Oh, he's actually on top of Elise at the moment. They're going to be on top of Rubenstock soon, who's still in feudal age.
This is how it's done. He's got the numbers over there to basically hold the Max back. So he's decided to kind of spread out as well, make sure everyone's dying off. And that's it.
Wow, dude. That is the first time that this Sling has been beaten on this map. And again, this gets me excited, man, because there's a lot of Aftermath fans out there. I'm one of them. They're an amazing team with individual talent, but it's just been the teamwork and the strategy. And these strategies have been damn good. They've been super good. That's the first time that we've seen someone beat the Sling, especially considering that in the quarterfinals, it was Finland's versus Secret, and Viper and Co. got wrecked by the strategy that Max just tried and failed with. That's something to think about right there. Secret couldn't beat this, but Aftermath did.
This is great. This is literally the thing that AM needed. If they have their strategy together, which looking at this as well, this is fantastic. This is where they're really going to kind of step into their own stride. And I think with players like they have and strategy like they're using now, they can go all the way. It's a big climb for them, but they can do it.
Someone says, T90, I like your house now. Well, hate to tell you guys, but there was some Sling from both teams. So,
A little bit.
Now, technically, Nikov did not receive any resources, and I may have said that the Indians would be slung, but I believe that I said that there would be Sling involved at any point in time, and if there was Sling at any point in time, that there would be, that then I wouldn't have to give you my house. I don't know, but it doesn't matter.
No,
I don't.
We'll
I
go
rent
to
an
the
apartment,
lawyers.
so
They'll be able to figure out the wording.
as much as I would love to give you guys my apartment, I don't think the apartment complex would like that. All right, so crazy game, man. Crazy game. That was one of the most impressive games I've seen in this 3v3 section of the tournament. And we're not done, are we? We are not done.
Mate, we are nowhere near done for today. After this as well. This is just to see who gets to the finals, guys. After this, you have the actual finals.
Yeah, man. It's going to be exciting.